This is Duncan Hulsey with Blankenship and Seay. The topic is how to check in with people. Now this may seem like a simple activity, but it's actually more difficult to do than you might imagine. This is a tactic you can use as a leader, as a manager, as a parent, as anyone who's in a position of influence. But first I'll mention what doesn't work. One example I'll give on how not to check in is a particular boss I had who was not very good. And the only time he called me was when there was a problem or there was some issue or he needed me to do something. So there was no relationship. He never asked me a single question. I try to contrast that with how I lead, and what I like to do is walk around the office, ask questions, and really get to know people. And there's two questions which I think are really crucial. One is, what's going on with you? And this is an open-ended question to engage people and to learn about what's going on in their world. Variations of that are, what are you working on? How are things going with you? Some people like the what'd you do this weekend, but I prefer, typically more work-related questions. So it's an open-ended question where they can talk about anything that's important to them. The second question, this is a really amazing question, is what's your plan? Now, oftentimes when you ask people what's going on with them, they will tell you some challenge they're facing, some problem they have, some problem at work, problem with a customer, or even some kind of personal issue. And instead of telling them what to do or giving advice or changing the subject, the question, what is your plan, gets them to start thinking for themselves and gets them to, you're giving them space to brainstorm what they can do and how they can tackle issues they may have. So those are two really crucial questions. Now, it's not enough just to ask questions. You actually have to listen to people when they respond. And so listening is very difficult because we have agenda anxiety. We want to impose our own thoughts on people. We want to tell them what to do. And we also tend to interrupt, and we tend to give unsolicited advice. There's all kinds of things that get in the way. So you really have to pause, be patient, ask that first question. I've often heard if you ask one question, you're being polite. It's the follow-up question that shows genuine interest. So asking additional questions to get that person talking. Listening is not just a feel-good activity. Listening actually has a real business reason. You may learn about a customer issue. You may learn about an employee who's unhappy. You may learn about conflict on a team. You may learn about some inefficiency, some technology problem that's going on. So there's a real business reason to listen and engage people. One of my favorite examples is a leader that I really admire, and he's the general manager of a Coca-Cola bottling plant. And he leaves his office each morning and walks through the production line. There's about 400 employees, and he knows all their names, and he will point to them and engage them and ask them how they're doing, and he will listen to any concerns they have. And he says it really helps him to understand the pulse of the place, but also it prevents people from coming back later to interrupt him when he's trying to get his work done. But it's also a sign of respect to go to people where they are in their space. And he asks questions like this. He listens and he really engages them. So this video has been about checking in, asking the right questions, engaging people. We also have another video that we've created about accountability, and I think these go hand in hand. One is about the relationship and one is about getting specific results. As we do these videos, if there's a topic that you'd like, please let us know. We can partner with you to create something that would be helpful for you and your team. Thank you for watching.